Sam, how is your day?
It's going well, thank you.
Welcome to Jumia's 44 questions. How long have you worked with Jumia?
Coming just over 4 years.
Okay. Do you know what's the meaning of your second name in Swahili?
Chappatte.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good idea.
So, Sam, how do you like your chapati?
Fresh. Is this?
Yeah, you want to try one?
What's inside this?
It's made from unga, chapati, which is
Of course.
dough.
Yeah, I know what chappatte is.
Oil. How do you like them, with stew or tea?
I'd have to say stew.
Stew. Beef, chicken, preference? Beef. You don't know? We'll get you some stew later.
What's your biggest achievement so far with Jumia?
I think the thing that at the end of the day builds the most satisfaction for me is seeing people have success in their areas, in their teams. Like Jumia staff doing well, and like getting stronger professionally and achieving their objectives.
Okay. What do you love the most about Jumia Kenya employees?
I think the energy. The energy and like the ambition and being willing to try big, bold, crazy things like trying to beat the world's speed dating record.
I understand that you love hiking. How many mountains have you hiked?
Quite a few. In Kenya, obviously Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
Obviously Ngong Hills, obviously like Lukenya, Suswa and a bunch.
Oh.
And then in other parts of the world as well. I've been lucky enough to go and explore.
Nice. What was the most challenging hike you ever took part
In 2016, I went to Mount Everest and tried to climb Mount Everest. And it was the same time as the big earthquake hit Nepal.
Yeah.
And so we got hit by an avalanche and had to be evacuated, all that stuff. That was quite intense as an experience.
Wow. What was the last item you bought on Jumia?
Good question. I think probably a power bank.
Okay.
My phone, I have an iPhone, and the iPhones are great. Apart from that, batteries suck. And I always lose power banks. I end up buying. I'm a very good Jumia customer as a result.
Oh, okay. Will you call yourself a shopaholic?
No, I would not. I actually buy very few things.
Yeah. What's your favorite meal?
Favorite meal? I'm actually not very much of a foodie, much to my wife's disappointment. She's very much a foodie, and I am very easy to please when it comes to food.
How are you able to keep up with all the Jumia departments?
I think luckily we have good people who do a great job, and so they run their departments and their pieces of the pie. I try not to have. I do short check-ins with different team members on a sort of a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and then I like to spend big chunks of time problem solving with people. So to try and really get involved and get stuck into the issues and help them think things through.
Okay. What's your most memorable moment with Jumia?
I think one of the one from like last Saturday was quite fun when we did this big speed dating event. It was quite fun to see everyone so excited. So many Kenyans who've never done speed dating. I mean, I've never done speed dating either, but it was quite fun to see everyone having a good time. I think the other one that comes to mind is the Black Friday concert from sort of 2 years ago with Soti Saw and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Okay. What was your first job?
My first job, I think one of my first jobs at university was in Ireland. Was running with a rickshaw. You know what the rickshaw is? So most people have rickshaws when they bike, but I was doing a running one in the centre of town in Dublin in Ireland. Wow. And so I would take drunken tourists at night on the back of my thing, and I would run them up and down the town and go. I made so much money doing this, it was crazy. And every time they had the same joke. The same joke was, "Where's your horse?"
Okay, so series or movies?
Series or movies? A favorite movie, Gladiator. Favorite series, Game of Thrones, obviously.
Would you rather watch the movie or read the book?
I think it depends on the subject, but probably movie.
What do you find most interesting about Kenya?
I think it's the combination of things. I think Kenya is, the people are fun, interesting, and I think easy to connect with as well.
Okay.
I think it's a beautiful country. There are so many, there's the mountains, there's the bush, there's the coast, it's amazing variety. And I think it's, I think from a business perspective as well, like, it's a big hub, hub in Africa. There's a lot of talent here, there's a lot of opportunity to build big businesses here as well, which I think, and then that combination of things, I think is what's special about Kenya.
Okay. Which hidden talent do you possess?
What hidden talents do I possess? I am pretty good at table tennis.
Okay.
And I sing a very bad rendition of Little Mermaid. Which
Okay.
we will not do.
Do you love tech and gadgets?
Yeah, I think as much as it's useful.
If I was to get you a gift, what would be your preference?
A power bank.
Okay. Jumia web or app?
App, of course.
Who would you love to have lunch with if you could choose anyone in the world?
Who would I like to have lunch with? I think having lunch with Jay-Z would be pretty cool. To see his lifestyle.
Are there things you're superstitious about?
Superstitious about? Not really. No, nothing.
Okay.
Springs to mind.
What are your earliest memories?
Probably of my family, like living in Brussels as a kid, in Belgium.
Okay. What are your thoughts about Valentine's Day?
I will be taking out my wife for Valentine's Day, so doing my bit.
Okay. If a movie was made out of your life, what will the title be?
Oh my goodness. I have no idea. I'll come back to it.
Okay. What's the scariest thing you've ever done?
Scariest thing I've ever done. Probably one of the event. One of the things. Probably I'm not very. Despite climbing a lot of mountains and stuff, I'm not very good with heights, and so actually, like, there are a number of occasions, like either on big mountains or stuff, where you have to make. You have to be very bold. You have to trust yourself, and you have to like walk down something or climb something. I think many times during those occasions.
Okay. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate.
What's the hardest part about your job?
Balancing, making it sustainable. Actually, balancing things.
And what's your favorite part about your job?
The opportunity to have impact, like the opportunity to do big things.
And what's your favorite thing to do on weekends?
Sport. Try to keep up with my wife when I say sport. She is the athlete, and I try and catch up, try and stay on board.
And what's your favorite book?
What is my favorite book? Tuesdays with Maury.
Okay. What will you take with you to a deserted island?
My latest toy, which is called Spike Ball.
What question can you ask to find the most about a person?
The one that I always ask in interviews, which I think is quite telling, is if I was to call up your former colleagues or your former boss and ask them what are your development areas, what would they say? I think it's revealing because it forced someone to be either honest and tell you what their development areas are, or bullshit you, in which case you can see that they don't have much humility or trust.
Which football team do you support?
I'm a very bad Arsenal fan.
Okay. Do you listen to Kenyan music?
Yeah, a little. I mean, I do. I think I probably listen to more West African music than Kenyan music, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, a fan of the big names here as well.
And which Kenyan song is your favorite?
Melanin.
Do you have a mentor in life that you've always looked up to?
My father.
Oh, okay. What helps you unwind after a long, stressful day?
Sport, for sure.
Where do you see Jumia Kenya in 5 years?
You know, hopefully is the largest and most loved shopping destination for Kenyans.
Okay. In all the Jumia family, if you aren't working for Jumia Kenya, which country would you want to be working for?
So, I mean, there are so many great countries. I mean, I've already worked in like 6 of them, so
yeah.
I've already seen quite a lot of them. I think Kenya would be my favorite.
Okay. What was your New Year resolution? How is it going so far?
My New Year's resolution was to try and do more sport again,
yeah.
and it's going okay. It's going okay. So far, not bad.
Thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it.
No worries.